This just in, a new spokesman for the channel. Oh, right there. I can't read this. That's a cute puppy, yeah. Okay, that's enough fun for today. Everybody keeps asking about Jackson. He's doing fine. All right, BTH and D. The story, this little bit of history I've got. If you're a geek like me, you'll know right off as soon as I start talking about it. It's called the Tardis and the Police. So that is, it deserves a little background story so the rest of y'all can figure out what it is. In the beginning, the BBC, or the British Broadcasting Corporation, which started back in 1922, they ran this show called Doctor Who, and it started in 1963. It was somewhat successful, and it has evolved over and over and over with different characters, different Doctor Who's, and it's for the time it's entertaining, and it continues to be entertaining. So it made money. Another character in this sci-fi program was Tardis. Not so much a character, but more of a vessel, but actually a character sometimes. Yeah, it's the geeky part of me coming out now. Uh, During the first show, can't remember, Earthly Child or something, 1963, Susan Foreman, the granddaughter of Doctor Who, she names the vessel they're in Tardis. And it's like time relative dimension and space. Now, it's funny because this word later goes on into the English language to mean different things, but it's just kind of funny that way. And basically, during the first show, I think they tell them that her and her grandfather have been tossed out of their society for some strange reason. And the vehicle, the TARDIS, is not the only one. There's like several. So, TARDIS is in the shape of a blue police call box that was styled in London during the, I think, 1920s, or started in 1923 or 1929. And there were about like 685 of these in the 50s, all through all through England. And they served a function. They were, you know, I guess the best way to put it, as big as one of those little sheds for like picking up school kids where you waited for the bus. Well, they served a dual purpose. The constables and officers, they could check in because there's a phone there, or they could call in a report or something like that, or every half an hour they'd go and check. Well, the public could also use the box and report crimes or ask for emergency services and such, because not everybody had a phone. With all the technology of Doctor Who's world, TARDIS suffered a malfunction for whatever reason. It could not change its appearance. It always looked like a call box from the you know 1920s. Stop doing that. Sorry. And I think, what was it? The chameleon circuit got fried, or the vehicle TARDIS itself committed that error to fry it. See, they never let you on, but sometimes TARDIS was a character in itself. I digress. one of the big thing is you look at it from the outside and it does not appear to be that big, but once you get inside, you say it's a lot bigger than it appears outside. And the English later started using, Tardis to describe something like, well, the pub was Tardis in shape. It looked like a small front, but once you got in there, it was huge. Something like that. It's funny how history works language into meaning so many different things, or not. How our words come about, and they have their own history. So now that we got the background, what does the Metropolitan Police have to do with this? So the show was created in '63. In 1996, the BBC, the show's creator, um, sought to get a trademark on Tardis, the blue call box. Well, that's when the lawyers for the police. Now, see, anytime you say the lawyers for the police, you got a little issue there. You just go, "Hmm." Well, they started to argue that that's their trademark and you don't have the right to it. And this went on for, I think, like 4 or 5 years. So it's a big deal with the patent office. And they argued that since they are the ones who created it, they should be granted the trademark. I don't know what the police were going to do with the trademark, sell t shirts or lunch boxes. I don't know. But the British Broadcasting Corporation's attorneys say you haven't had these things since the 50s. Or, I mean, they were completely gone by the 1960s. Because now people just dial 999 or 911 here. And that they said, well, people would confuse your call box with ours. And again, the argument was you don't even have a call box on the street anymore. The patent office sided with the BBC, and the police, the Metropolitan Police, had to. I'm sure it hurt that they didn't take a collection or anything. They had to pay £850 plus the BBC's legal fees. Yeah, that was probably more costly. I still want to know, what were they going to do if they won the trademark? Uh, My old police department, they sell T-shirts, but mostly they sell them to old cops and their families. Just a strange little bit of information. You think law is just funny criminals? Nope. Sometimes it's silly cops who think they can make a buck. I don't. See, where I come from, the police are owned by the public because you know every day I would be reminded I pay your salary. Crap. Tell that to every deputy, trooper, and police officer and constable you meet today. They love to hear that. Don't do that. Yeah. But that's just something they, unless they could say, well, whatever money we raise from the trademark will, you know, fund the police athletically or something. But why would you even concern yourself? You don't even use the call box anymore. Yeah, now I feel like watching Doctor Who. Who was the best? Delutz. Y'all will correct me. I have fun of that. But that's just some little story I read. It happened like 20 years ago. But it's just kind of funny to me. Well, that's history. It's all in the past. I know it's a funny part of history, but that's what we do here on the channel. We talk about odd little things. It's December 10th, 2024. I'll see you tomorrow when we talk about today.